Welcome back, everyone. We are Ben Jordan, and we are on a quest for the bathroom. We have to go pretty bad. But first, a look around. The glass case contains a fire extinguisher for emergencies. Hopefully we won't need that. The sign indicates that there is a fire extinguisher available for emergencies in the case below it. The sign says toilette. Okay, let's go in there then. What does that sign say? The sign indicates that compartments 15 through 20 are located in this section of the train. The sign shows a little woman wearing a skirt, which we imagine... Oh, man! Wasted opportunity. That's the women's restroom. You don't want to cause a scene by going in there. Fine. A little man. Can we do a little switcheroo of the signs?
Good evening, Mr. Jordan.
Oh man, why can't you jerks just leave me alone already?
I'm afraid that isn't possible until you are taken care of. Now, I want to avoid making a scene out there in the hallway. Let's go back to your compartment and settle this there. I'm giving you a fair warning, however. Don't try anything or I will shoot you right there.
Fine, follow me. Is there anything we can do? Can we slop some motor oil on him? I don't know, but, man, whoops, that is not what I meant to type. No! Stop it. Man number 3. Well, first I have to pee. Now you won't be able to... Despite looking old and frail, he's still armed, which gives him quite an advantage over you. Can we talk? Yeah, nothing to say to him. Can we ask him questions? We have nothing to ask him. Fine. You don't think you'll be able to grab the fire extinguisher and use it against the knight before he realizes what you're doing. Besides, the case seems to be empty. Oh, really? Huh.
Oh, I didn't realize you were accompanied on this train.
Your problem always was a lack of observation, Jennings. Quite frankly, I'm surprised they would have sent you at this phase.
Jones? You are alive? How is this possible? I thought...
Yes, as I recall, it was you who was given the honor of executing me. It would seem, however, that you did not do as thorough a job as you thought.
But that was in 1956. Even if you had survived, you'd be over 100 years old.
Perhaps I was wrong in my initial assessment. You are showing a surprising amount of observational skill. However, I'm afraid that the answer to that is not for you to know. My immediate concern is your threatening of young Mr. Jordan, and as such...
Oh, good job. Whoa.
Help me get him out of here, would you? Genovese must be getting desperate. This means we haven't much time.
Okay, I think it's finally time for you to tell me what's going on.
Yes, you're quite right.
Before, when I asked you about the Knights, you said your involvement with them ended. How did it end exactly?
I went out with a bang, you might say. One thing they neglected to mention when I joined was that it was a lifetime membership. As such, after Genovese became obsessed with gathering the relics, I decided to abandon the cause. Jennings, the gentleman who was here earlier, was charged with executing me. The Knights of St. Anthony do not deal well with deserters.
Okay, so I'm guessing he got shot, but he's okay because he's a vampire or something. That knight guy made a good point. How are you still alive? When Grandpa Arthur died, he was 90, and that was 13 years ago. You don't look any older than your mid-50s.
That's because when I was shot and killed by the Knights, I was 55.
Hold on. You were killed?
Indeed. Shot in the head at a close range. It was quite unpleasant.
I don't understand. Does that mean you're a ghost or something?
I don't think that is the proper classification, as you aren't the only one who can see me. But it is something similar. I suppose the best explanation would be something akin to a guardian angel charged with your protection.
Okay. Well, that's not quite a vampire. This is a lot to take in. You mentioned something about this before, but who exactly charged you with my protection?
I'll try and make it as concise as possible, as it is a bit much to understand. When your grandfather saved me from the headless vampire, I was in debt for my life. His debt for my life. Yes. Despite our later falling out over my support for the Knights of St. Anthony, we still maintained that bond. When I was shot, I recall experiencing my death, but something brought me back. I didn't speak with anyone or anything directly, but somehow I knew that before I could rest, I had a duty to perform. That duty was to protect Arthur Jordan's grandson against the perverted ideas and actions of Cardinal Genovese. And so, that is what I have been doing since I tracked you down several months ago.
What's he done? Sorry if I sound rude, but what exactly have you been doing to help me?
More than you've realized. I was granted the advantage of some otherworldly influence upon my return to this world.
What does that mean?
Simply that I can manipulate the will of others to your benefit if the need arises. For instance, did you ever wonder why it was so easy to a foreigner to have such hands-on access at the police station in Osaka?
Thank you.
Or why it just so happened that the only available taxi in Greece refused to go to Athens? Or who was it that recommended your services to Mr. Renzi?
Well,
I've been working behind the curtain to ensure your success leading up to the final confrontation with Genovese. Unfortunately, I won't be able to help you with that, but I feel you're sufficiently prepared at the present.
wait a second. If you wanted to help me, why were you such a jerk when we first met?
Ah, yes. That was my form of tough love, so to speak. The situation in Smyrna was extremely dangerous, and I needed to make sure you could perform well when faced with adversity.
Yeah, right.
Luckily, you proved quite capable.
Thanks for your help then, even though I didn't realize you were helping.
Anytime. It seems we'll soon be arriving at a destination.
But how will we know where to go?
I reserved you a room at the local hostel, the Hotel Comines. It's close to the train station, so you should have no trouble finding it.
What about you?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to accompany you. However, I will be in contact with you and watching out for you from afar.
Okay, so I'll go over to the hostel once we stop.
Good luck, Mr. Jordan. Oh, and do be careful. Although I doubt Cardinal Genovese has learned of your journey, it surely won't be long before he does.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye out for any of his goons. Well, considering one of them just followed me here, I mean, I don't think it's that unlikely to assume that maybe he placed a phone call or something. More importantly, it does not seem to be raining in Paris, and for that I am very, very, very happy. Well, let's go to the Rue Comines. Oh, God darn! It's a poster advertising some wacky French musical comedy. If this sign can be believed, you are very close to a hotel. Why? Why does there have to be rain everywhere? Why, viewers? Why, Grundislav? Why do you rain?